Okay. Hi, Facebook. It's been a long time since I've actually did a live video. It's Christmas Eve, and it's a slow day because I've given most of my employees the day off, and there's a few of us. But I wanted you all to take a tour with me to the National College of Naprapathic Medicine. And I'm going to turn the camera around so you can kind of see. Right now you see across the street from where we are. We're on the north side of Chicago. And I'll turn the camera around so you can kind of see the outside of the building and the awning here. So it's a cute, cozy, traditional storefront that we have here. And we have a visitor today that is coming to tour the college. And I thought, you know what? I will have Facebook join us today and we can do it all at the same time. So I'm just going inside. And this is the inside of the college. You know, we have a little bit of decorating for the Christmas holiday here. And this is just the waiting area, the clinic part in the back. And you all be able to see that. We have two people here with us. Our guest for today, Mr. Robert Beck of the Chicago Good Health Group, and my clinic director, Dr. Mary Ellen Boyd. Say hello to Facebook. Hello. So I'm just going to scan around you guys just to show them more of the waiting area here. And then again, as you saw, the outside of where the college is. So we have Mr. Robert Beck today with us, and he's coming to tour the college, and one of the very few people that actually takes us up on the offer of coming to the college. And would you mind, you guys can come back over here so the glare from the window won't. Thank you. Would you mind telling us about, you know, what you represent and the motivation behind coming to the college today?
Well, I'm with the Chicago Good Health Group, and for the last 30 years, we have been providing information on diet and nutrition and alternative ways of getting help for any health condition. So what we're doing is we're looking for people who can provide information and services, products, that's an alternative to what people are taking with information. So with that, Chicago Good Health Group, we do a seminar every month, the third Monday of every month at the Lakeshore Hotel, 4900 Lakeshore Drive. Is free to the public from 6 to 8 p.m. We encourage everybody to come because we got people like you and other natural professionals who can educate individuals on what things are available, how you get them, and what services and things you can provide. So we encourage everybody to come out with us and get more information, because we definitely want to have you and anybody who you know that can provide information for people who are looking for alternative ways for health.
Okay, great. So today I have Dr. Boyd, the clinic director here at the National College of Naprapathic Medicine and Clinic, and she's going to be our tour guide today for Mr. Beck. And we won't take up much of you all's time, but this is going to be, I think, a great informational for everyone. So we'll just head down to our auditorium. Well, we'll start today's tour. You guys can go. No worries. And then we have a few things here that we like to show people. So we're just going down. And excuse the jingles on my shirt. It's my Elfie shirt.
And in case you can't tell, this is the Oakley Smith Auditorium.
Okay, great. So we'll just let Dr. Boyd take it away.
Okay, well, Mr. Beck, let me just show you.
Who is Dr. Smith?
Well, let me show you. So this is our founder, Dr. Oakley Smith.
Okay.
And I love this picture. This is from, we think it's from 1916. And naprapathy had already been established. And this is an old treatment table that he had designed and built. You can tell this is still the Victorian era. But naprapathy was founded in 1908. Actually, it was discovered in 1904. And let me just show you a picture here. So this is the young Oakley Smith studying anatomy, physiology. There's a larger picture of this where he's demonstrating and teaching others about anatomy, physiology. Who he's teaching are chiropractors. And I'll show you some pictures about that.
I hope you're utilizing all of the space for education seminars.
Oh, yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
we are.
We recently dedicated this to Dr. Oakley Smith.
Okay.
But here's a picture of D.D. Palmer, the founder of chiropractic. And the reason we have this here is Oakley Smith started out as a chiropractor. And he became D.D. Palmer's left-hand man. They had kind of like a father-son relationship. And Oakley Smith was to take over chiropractic. But with studying and the more he did, he realized something was missing. With just manipulating bones, forcing the bone into place, which is the chiropractor's way. They do the high velocity thrust. But the treatment wasn't holding and something's missing. And that's when he did more studying on the spine and ligaments. He recognized ligaments. He didn't discover them, but he recognized the job of ligaments. And with that naprapathy was founded.
So what things do you do when it comes to ligaments to help with ligaments?
Well, for us it's simple. We call it the stretch and buckle rule. Ligaments you've got the spine, and the spine's out of alignment. Maybe it's pushed forward, it's pulled back, it's rotated, it's to the side. What happens is the ligaments, there's 16 ligaments supporting 2 vertebrae. And we will test to see which ligaments are contracted, pulling that spine out of alignment, pressing on nerves, so they're impinging nerves. And so instead of forcing the bone into place, we stretch those contracted ligaments and allow the spine to realign, freeing up impinged nerves.
We all need that.
We all do.
Because
yes.
so many people have bulging discs and twisted spines and really don't realize that you really need to address that. That's why I asked what things you do.
Yes.
So I need to get into that one.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
And see, after you start getting past 25, your ligaments should be a major concern. Because if not,
Yes.
you're going to have a lot of frame problems.
Here is the first Naprapathic college.
Where was it?
This was on Marshfield.
In Chicago?
Yes,
Yes, the origins are in Chicago, Illinois.
yes.
Okay.
And at the time, it was Chicago College of Naprapathy.
Okay.
And then the young Oakley Smith.
We have a young Oakley Smith here. Okay, and just some more pictures.
Was this the first class?
Well, it's early on, we're not sure.
It's a big class.
But yeah, very early on.
Even if that was the number that they had in Chicago, that would have been a lot.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. And we can count on and continue on. So some of these other pictures now here are other patents and things for the practice. I don't know if that had a lot to do with the secrecy around naprapathy, them being afraid that people would take it, but this is something that was definitely needed to be shared with the public. And that's why people will say, oh, it's been around since 1907, 1908. Why don't we know anything about it? And maybe Dr. Boyd has more insight about why that happened.
Well, yes, why naprapathy is such a big secret. I think way back when people were afraid of letting like you said, people taking our techniques, and so they kept it a secret, and they did a darn good job of keeping it a secret. So now it's up to us. Sorry about that. It's up to us to share this knowledge and bring it out to the public.
Well, that was one of the differences between, with the chiropractic profession and also the naprapathic profession. After the passing of D.D. Palmer, his son actually did market the chiropractic profession, whereas Dr. Oakley Smith was probably still around and didn't exactly do that the same. And so here we are some odd 100 years later. And then interestingly enough, I had a conversation with a patient yesterday who have been coming to this place for over 30 years. And she said to me that she remembered all of the politics and the controversy around naprapathy and the chiropractors. And that's why I tell people there's a special love-hate relationship there between the two practitioners, because we are of them, but also we're their future. And I don't think that they really are.
What's different in the chiropractic and naturopath?
Okay, so what I was describing before about the chiros, when the spine is out of alignment, they force that bone into alignment, freeing up impinged nerves. And the impinged nerves, when they're freed up, they're innervating the internal organs and muscles. When they're working properly, you've got proper nerve function. When there's proper nerve function, you've got muscles, organs working properly. You also have blood flow working properly, and then that brings oxygen and nutrients to the areas. Now, our philosophy is those contracted ligaments, they're pulling the spine out of alignment, impinging the nerves. When you force that into place, the contracted ligaments are going to pull it right back out. And so our focus on the ligaments,
the connective tissues, so the ligaments are also a part of the connective tissues, and you have connective tissue throughout your entire body. So we're focusing and specializing on all of those connective tissues. Even though we affect all tissues of the body, it's the connective tissues that's more of our science and the method to our madness as to how we're helping to alleviate pain, put spines back into alignment, et cetera, et cetera. We're trying to get the same goal, but it is the technique and the approach that differentiates the naprapath from the chiropractor.
Yes, we all have the same goal. We have different approaches.
So whereas we teach in our program, there is no high velocity thrusting, cracking. You cannot do any of that. We don't force anything. We go all the way to infield as far as it'll go, and we let up. But there is no forcing and putting anything in place as it. We'll treat you again and get back, to it before we just force something in. Because again, when you're not paying attention to the rest of the tissues, you have to understand how everything is pretty much working together, working in concert. They're working interdependently of one another. And there's almost where you have to have respect for the other tissues there of what's going on. So you have an affected area, but you just can't focus on the bone. You have to focus on the muscles, the nerves, the fascia, the blood, lymphatic systems. All of that has to be considered when you are treating. And we tend to treat people, they'll wonder what we're doing. We treat above and below the areas before we actually attack the problem, because we need those other areas to be freed up before we actually fix the problem. Because if we just go into the problem and we haven't talked about or had any type of, we haven't done anything to the surrounding areas or the surrounding tissues, then likely it'll go back to being the way that it was and how the person first presented. So that's, kind of, what it is. And then
what are the things that are different naturopath than a chiropractor? What are the things you find a difference in what your practice are and what things you do that they don't do? What distinguishes you from them other than the...
Well, of course, a chiro could explain better, but with naprapathy, the hands-on that we do anywhere from 35 minutes to an hour of hands-on, and we're working the whole body, not just the spine. We are working the whole body from head to toe. And
chiropractor, they are finished in 10 minutes.
Well, because their focus is and this is what they'll explain better, but their focus is the spine and doing the high velocity thrust on the spine or the neck.
Right.
So we're working the whole body.
And then there's also the nutritional conversation that we're having with our patients before, during, and after treatments and follow-ups, because we understand the part that nutrition plays in healing of the tissues. And so that's how we're assisting with helping to heal from inside out in conjunction with the hands-on manual manipulative therapy that we provide.
As well as giving you exercises and stretches to... We'll align you, but then we'll also figure out why you're misaligned and then how to prevent it from coming back. So when you're not with us, you know how to maintain proper postural balance.
That is very interesting because my genetic trait, my father, 90% of his children have that twisted spine, just like he did, and that's why I do a lot of motivation. Like I have an appointment right after I leave here to work on doing it because I know that it really needs to be worked on. But it's interesting to talk about the living down, but that's something different. So I got
The connective tissues,
Yeah,
yes.
connective tissue on that.
You know, and so on this wall here, we'll just get ready to wrap things up here as far as the Facebook Live. I just want to show just the wall that we have. And thanks to our very own Dr. Mary Ellen Boyd, who got a great museum-like feel to our auditorium. And it's just showing some of our previous presidents of the college here on this board here.
And let me point out the most popular people of Naprapathy.
Okay.
Dr. Roland Sidney, and Dr. Edward Cozio.
Oh, I know Dr. Sidney.
So Dr. Sidney was the past president of Naprapathy, and these two gentlemen have been such an incredible influence to the Naprapaths.
Absolutely. We have a technique named after the gentleman here on the right, Dr. Cozio.
Yes.
Yes. And the only information that I know about Dr. Roland Sidney is that he had a very successful practice downtown and treated a lot of musicians.
I heard a lot about him.
Yes. And so.
But I didn't know what he was. I knew he was in the natural area, but I never knew what he was.
Yeah.
He has a huge reputation on
yes.
results.
Yes. He was very intuitive, very spiritual. But he would go to the jazz clubs. He also played an instrument. I don't know, I'm not sure which one. But he would sit and jam session with at the jazz clubs, bring the guys back to his office at 2 in the morning after the clubs closed. They would have a jam session, and then he would treat everyone.
Wow.
Including Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay. Over here, Facebook, are our treatment tables, and we bring our students and other naprapaths, if we're having any type of continuing education. You know, we can actually do a short demonstration if Dr. Boyd does not mind, you know, just to show everyone. Are you all right with that? Yes. Okay. This is kind of impromptu. We didn't exactly plan for this, but I figured since we have a body and a practitioner, a willing participant.
Keep your head up and just lie face down. So I'm just going to make sure you're even on the table. Of course, you would not be wearing shoes. And we would have your back exposed because we look at every individual vertebrae and mark them. But I'd like to, ticklish?
No.
Okay, so I'm just going to rock the hips. The hips are the center of gravity. And so by loosening up the hips, and it loosens up the low back. So even though if you have a complaint, let's just say you're complaining about neck and shoulders, we still correct the hips first, because the way it's all tied together.
Yes, the hips, as we learned it, is the seat of the spine.
All right. So do you mind if I talk about what's going on?
Sure.
Okay. Not to be concerned and not unusual. Your right hip slightly elevated. Not unusual.
Very genetic.
Okay. And then a little rotation going on. So the first thing I would do is correct the elevated hip.
So what's going on Facebook is that there was an assessment on the pelvic area, and then she'll go in with a technique. She did that already. I know you all didn't see it, but you will have to come in for a treatment yourselves if you would like to see and experience what's happening. Mr. Beck, how are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, great. That's a great. All right. And so in our treatments, you know, we understand everything's bilateral. We treat both sides, above and below. And again, we'll probably do another video where we actually show where we're marking the spine and you guys will be able to see. I'm just going to come over here for a second for you guys just to see. These are just some older pictures of some of the classes that we have. Like here you see 1927, 1917. So there is a long history of nephropathy. They just did a great job in keeping that. Our roots are here again in Chicago, Illinois. Sorry about the glare. I didn't realize the glare. I'm looking at it now. Here we are. So this isn't something that's new, and we have our original incorporation documents. It's on another level, and another day we'll go over some of the other things of nephropathy. But I definitely encourage everyone to come out to the National College of Naprapathic Medicine and see how we are. We are doing a mass open enrollment as of January 1st. And I think I've pretty much done everything on here. So we're doing a mass open enrollment for January 1st for patients to come in. We're located at 3330 North Milwaukee Avenue. That is in Chicago. It is at the cross street of Milwaukee and Pulaski, but it's right off of Belmont if you need to know how far north to come. So I'm not going to show you the whole treatment for Mr. Beck today. You have to come in yourselves to experience it. Dr. Boyd is a great clinician. We have many naprapaths that are great at their art and their work, and they're passionate about it. So open enrollment, January 1, 2020. We accept insurance. Please come in and check to see. We will call for eligibility. We have affordable pricing if you're uninsured or underinsured. And we're going to wrap up today's Facebook video, but we'll end with just a little bit of commentary for the two over here because I think they forgot that we're on a live here. So let's turn over here.
So this vertebrae feels a little posterior.
Okay.
So I'm going to gently, without popping it, just gently stretch.
Okay.
And I usually go by his breathing pattern. And as he's exhaling, I'm going to press down.
Now, there is a method to the madness, Facebook. I know this seems very easy, but there is a whole science associated with what she's doing. And again, we'll do another video where we mark the spine. We could show you how we're assessing all of the connective tissues. Remember, everything is connected. There is connective tissue throughout your entire body, and we affect all tissues that are, see, she's getting to work. See, she's taking off her coat. Okay, Facebook. So we'll see you guys next time. This is your president saying bye. Merry Christmas to everyone, and we'll see you guys next year. Bye.